Happy Monday, and thanks for watching Beyond Sunday. I trust you had a blessed day in God's house yesterday and are ready for a great week of spiritual growth. The last few weeks we've been talking about 5 influences that God uses to grow our faith. We started with practical teaching and talked about how our faith thrives on Bible teaching that is both meaningful and applicable to everyday life. Then we talked about providential relationships and how we can trust God to bring people into our lives whose influence can help our faith to grow strong if we allow that to happen. Today, we're going to discuss the third influence that God uses to grow our faith, and that is private disciplines. Now, I know some of you already cringed when I said the word discipline. It's a horrible word, right? And it's something we all love to avoid because it's all about what we're supposed to do, but what we don't want to do. Have you ever met someone more disciplined than you are? I have. And on one hand, I'm totally inspired, and on the other hand, I'm totally disheartened. Yet here's what I found to be true when it comes to those kind of people. What started as a sheer discipline actually became a pleasing desire. For instance, I've talked to people who are avid runners, and it seems like they authentically enjoy it. And most avid runners do. But if you talk to them, it didn't start that way. They had to make it a part of their lifestyle, which took discipline. And once it was, it became something they enjoyed so much they were almost addicted to it. Now, I want us to think about how this can happen in our own life spiritually when it comes to the private disciplines that Jesus instructs us to have. Like in Matthew 6, he touches on giving and praying and fasting. At first, I know giving 10% of our income to God through our church seems so difficult. We think, how will I be able to live on 90% of my income? I could barely make it on 100%. And then we try the whole go into the prayer closet and talk to God thing, and it's just not as easy as the old lady on the War Room movie makes it out to be. And then fasting. What's that, right? It's like the weird cousin of spiritual disciplines. None of us really like to skip a meal. Yet, I know people who genuinely love to give every week, and genuinely love to pray every day, and genuinely love to fast on a regular basis. What started as a sheer discipline eventually became part of their lifestyle and turned into a pleasing desire. And in some cases, you would almost think they're addicted to these things. My question is, what's happened to turn the private discipline into a pleasing desire? Here's what happened. They saw results. You see, when a runner begins to see the results of his discipline, a body that's in shape, blood sugar that's regulated, and even a newfound energy during the day, when a runner sees those results, it brings delight. That doesn't mean running ever ceases being a discipline, but now the discipline brings enjoyment. In the same way, the private disciplines of giving, prayer, and fasting become desires when you see how they grow your faith. Now think about it. These disciplines have a way of strengthening your faith and benefiting your personal life like no other. When you let go of a percentage of your money, for instance, and give it to God, you're exercising your faith. When you take time to pray privately and talk with God on a daily basis, you're exercising your faith. And when you deprive yourself of a meal every once in a while for the sake of depending on God, you're exercising your faith. Here's the good thing. Just like with your muscles, the more your faith is exercised, the more your faith grows. And when you start seeing that growth, the results of your discipline, it'll bring a grin to your face and even a joy to your heart. What started as a sheer discipline will turn into a pleasing desire. In future episodes down the road, I want to dive deeper into these private disciplines and even offer some practical help on how to get the most out of them. But until then, I want you to make a plan for how to start these 3 disciplines this week. Then stick with it and watch how God uses them to grow your faith. Thanks for watching Beyond Sunday, where we apply God's truth to today's challenges. Have a great week.